Hi everyone, I'm Silverwolf, and in this video I will be unboxing a Scruff-a-Luvs and also washing it and drying it and showing you what it does. We've got a few shout outs. They go to Scary Gacha Pony TV, Furby Connect and March Mellowed MI. So I've been wanting to do an unboxing of these for a while because I like the idea, but I only recently sort of decided to look for one. Now I first looked on Amazon, and it turns out there is a surprising amount of bootlegs of these toys going around. Looking at the Amazon reviews, the photos people shared of them and things like that, there are a lot of bootlegs of this particular toy. So I decided to go into my local toy shop instead, and that's where I bought this one from. It cost £20, which is the average price of the version that doesn't talk or make noises. I think the one that makes noises is like £40 or something. Or maybe 35. Anyway, it's more expensive. I got the basic one, but I chose this one because it's a pretty colour. They also do, I think it's purple, I think they do yellow, and they do sort of like a teal colour, but this is what I chose, and it can be either a dog, a cat or a llama. So looking at the box here, it says Scruff-a-Luv's friends. Find a scruffy, make us fluffy. Who will you rescue? Wash, groom, love, and very importantly, by adopting me you'll support the RSPCA, which I think is a great charity to support. I'm really big on supporting animal charities because a lot of the animal charities rely very heavily on donations, and they don't sort of sponsor things and stuff like that. They don't get money any other way. So yeah, I'm very big on supporting the animal charities. So we've got Handle with Love and Care, and this is shaped like a pet carrier. And it says here, dear friend, these unloved and abandoned pets are in need of your help. When buying your Scruff-a-Luv, they arrive as a sad ball of matted fur, but once you bathe them, dry them, brush them and love them, you will discover what kind of pet they really are and reveal their true beauty. In return, they will be your FFF, furry friend forever. Adopt us all. There's a nice little picture of them. Mystery animal inside. Find out if you have a dog, cat or llama. You can wash, reveal, dry and groom. Candy floss fur. That's this one. So in this box you get a mystery animal, collar with tag, adoption certificate, brush and a hair clip. And apparently the brush is new. And it says, Scruff-a-Luvs is a proud supporter of the RSPCA. In 2018 we donated more than £45,000 to RSPCA and would love to raise even more. For every Scruff-a-Luv friend adopted, we will donate part of the proceeds to help real animals find their forever homes. So I've seen different people wash these and things like that. As I said, I've seen reviews of them and things, and the washing process seems to vary from person to person. So you might get something that's totally tatty, or you might get a really nice looking toy, you know, depending on how you wash it, what you use. So I don't know what I'm going to use to wash this. I'm thinking shampoo, but I don't know. Anyway, let's open it up. So it says release me here, and if we just unzip this, and it failed pretty badly. They're always a nuisance, those. You get them on food packaging as well. Just open it, make a complete pig's ear of it, and not that easy. We'll use it. Okay, there. Now what you're presented with inside is sort of a plasticky thing, and pull it out. Right, so you've got certificate of adoption in there and helpful instructions, and here is the matted ball pet. It doesn't really look like how I thought it would, to be honest. It's kind of softer and less round. And you've also got the brush here. I'll get all of these out. There's its brush. You've got its collar there, and a little name tag, and you've got a bow there. And its hair when it's dry. So I'm going to go down to the sink now, and we'll wash this little dude and see what sort of animal it is. So we are now in the vicinity of the kitchen where I can use the sink. I've been looking at the instructions here. You don't really need any shampoo to wash him in. However, they do suggest, if you want, to use some soap. Well, I've decided to use just a tiny bit of shampoo to make him look nice. To dry him, you towel dry him, and then you can use a hairdryer to make him all fluffy and nice afterwards. Just 20 minutes from wash to drying, and they do recommend you work as a family to rescue and transform your animal. Well, Mum's busy and Dad's watching TV, so I think I'll be doing it by myself. Right, so we've got our animal here. As you can see, I've not done anything to it at all. I've no idea what it is. So, 1. Give it a nice bath to wash out its matted fur. Wash in a sink or large bowl of lukewarm water, and once washed, rinse off in clean water at least once. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him in the sink, and we'll open him out, find out what he is. Then I'm going to use some shampoo, which I've got here. I don't have much left, but I need to go shopping for things anyway, so he's going to smell like my hair when he's finished. And I'll dry him off with a towel. So let's put him in and find out what he is. So here we go. Get him nice and wet. He's opening up, as you can see. He's got big eyes there. I think he might be a cat. He might be a cat. Possibly. There we go, there's his tummy there. He's got a short nose. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this little guy is a cat. He's very cute anyway. There's his little tail. Because of his little short nose there. He looks a bit like a drowned rat at the moment, or if you give your cat a bath, he looks like that. So, let's wash him in the water here. Get all his fur unmatted. There we go. So he's floating about. I'm going to put a little bit of shampoo on him just to make him smell nice. Just on his tummy there. Don't want to use too much because I'm running out of it. Just a tiny bit won't hurt. So get him all shampooed up. Just like a real animal. Try not to get it in his eyes. I remember we used to give our dog baths in the bathtub, and he didn't mind. He quite liked it, actually. Mum would wash his head and I'd wash his body. So I was only young back then, so I'd give his body a wash, and she did all the delicate important parts like around his eyes and stuff like that. It's got little paw pads there as well. So now we rinse him off, and it does recommend that after the initial washing that you fill the sink up again and just give him a little rinse. So unfortunately I do have to put his head under just to rinse it off. There we go. So here he is. Now, I'm not going to film the rinsing because it'll get a bit boring, but we have at least got our little pet here. Let's wring out the soap a bit. There we go. I don't know how the ones with the sound in sort of, I don't know how you can wash those, because apparently they're obviously the same thing, aren't they? So yeah, I'm not quite sure how the ones with the sound in work, getting all their electronics wet. I imagine they're in a case or something inside them. I will be back. Now we're in the bathroom with our little scruffy cat, and he's sitting on the towel, so he's all ready to be towel dried. So let's dry him with the towel to get most of the water off. Now you probably need to wring him out very, very well, because plushies take ages to dry unless you get all the water out of them. You've got to really keep on wringing him out and make him really dry inside and out, because of course all his stuffing's wet as well. So you need to make sure that he's very, very dry, otherwise he'll be dry on the outside but he'll be dripping on the inside, and he might leave a trail of dampness behind him, and that wouldn't be very good. So make sure you wring him out really, really well after you've rinsed him, and then get the towel and dry him off, which we're doing here. There we go. It's looking a bit drier now. So the next thing to do is get the hairdryer and finish drying him. Okay, so here he is. He's sitting by the heater at the moment, actually, because I thought it would be a good idea to be extra warm, but I also have my hairdryer so that I can dry him off. So I'll show you a bit of it, but obviously I'm not going to show you all of it because, well, it'll take too long and you'll just be watching an animal dry, and it's like watching paint dry, except it's a toy. You get the picture. Anyway, let's start drying him with the hairdryer. It also recommends to brush out the mats. You use a bristle brush, and then you can use the brush that comes with the toy. So it's quite loud, so you might have to turn your speakers down. Start with his head. Now you can see his fur is actually drying quite quickly. This is already dry here. So they made him out of material that dries pretty quickly when you use a hairdryer on it, which is a really good idea, because otherwise you get a bit bored. Also, drying with a hairdryer is better than naturally drying, because somehow, just like with us, it makes your hair look nicer and more full if you use a hairdryer as opposed to just letting it air dry or sitting it by a heater or anything like that. So I'll get on with this and I'll show you the result. Just a little preview of what's to come. This is the dry fur. As you can see, it's all nice and fluffy, and as it should be. This is the fur that I haven't yet brushed and is still wet. Now, using a brush really, really helps. So just dry it off and then use a brush on it, then you can finish drying it off afterwards. It takes a little bit of time and care, and just with like washing a real animal, you shouldn't really rush it or try and get through it really fast, because you're supposed to be, you know, the whole idea of this toy is that you rescue it and, you know, you make it look pretty and nice. And I think that if you do this with the toy, it kind of like gives it more meaning, I think, in a way, because it's something that you've done yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and dry the rest of the body off, and so we should have something that's like this when it's done. And when cared for correctly, your Scruff-a-Luv should look something like this. As you can see, it's all soft and fluffy and cute, and the fur all looks nice. It's all been brushed out now. These bits here do take longer to dry. As you can see, mine aren't quite fully dry, but the white fur does take longer to dry. I've also put the collar on him, or her as it is, and her name is Flossie, which is the name I've chosen for her. So there she is. So my verdict for this one is, yes, it's fun. Yes, it requires patience. No, it does not take just 20 minutes from bathing it to drying it to end up with the completed dry toy. It takes about an hour, to be fair. And they do ask that you use a hairdryer that's got a low setting, so of course that means it takes even longer to dry. I used my little hairdryer, but my mum's hairdryer is much more powerful, but I didn't want to use something that was really hot on it in case I damaged the material or something like that. So yeah, it's a fun toy, but like I said, you do require a bit of patience in getting it dry. Also, I highly recommend using the brush. If you use a bristle brush like this or a flat one, and as you use the hairdryer, maybe you could get someone to use the hairdryer, like your mum perhaps, and then you can gently brush the fur. It does help it dry quicker if you use the brush while you're drying it. And then afterwards you can use the supplied brush that comes with the Scruff-a-Luv. So yeah, all in all, I like this toy. It's a good toy. The only drawback is, like I said, it requires a bit of patience, and also the white material takes a bit longer to dry. But other than that, yeah, it's fun. I think it's quite good value for money as well. And it's nice also that you get the surprise of, you can get a cat, a dog or a llama, or there's a version where you can get a cat, a dog or a bunny, and they come in quite pretty colours as well. So I hope you've enjoyed watching, and also thanks for watching this little unboxing and review of Scruff-a-Luvs. If you want to see more unboxings, there's some videos coming up below. And also, if you want to buy some of my Silverby merchandise for Christmas, the links to my Teespring and Redbubble stores are in the description. So this is Silverwolf signing off. Bye bye.